Hi everybody and welcome to this screencast. My name is Srigi, I'm a web developer and today I want to present you a tool for database management called Adminer, which is created in PHP. Adminer can be used for management of MySQL, Postgres, SQLite, MS SQL or Oracle, and Adminer is a direct competitor of PHP So there is this detailed comparison page on the homepage of Adminer. Two key features Adminer excels over PHP The first one is it is distributed in a single PHP file. So uploading to the remote server or remote website is a matter of moment. You know, PHP is composed of hundreds or thousands of small PHP files, which takes forever to upload. The second big advantage over PHP Adminer have a really nice user interface. It is really clean and simple. There are no candies, no glossy buttons. It is really pleasant to use Adminer every day for your database management. To install Adminer, go to the download section and you can see there are lots of variants of Adminer. The full variant with all of the translation and all of the supported databases we mentioned earlier. It is almost 300 Ks. There is English only version of this variant, MySQL only variant, and MySQL only English only. We will download this full package in English only variant. So it is downloaded. And to install it, I need to put this single PHP file to the document root of my web server, which I am using here locally. So it is there, sites htdocs. I will create new directory adminer, rename this file which I downloaded to the index, and put it there. Now if I navigate my browser to the localhost, we can see there is the adminer we created, also this PHP info file, which I am using to verify that my PHP is running as it should be. So you can see I am using PHP 5.3, which is default on macOS. And if we navigate to the adminer, that index PHP file, which is the adminer itself, kicks in, and this is the title page of the adminer. Here we can select all the databases or database servers that adminer is providing in this variant we downloaded. We will stick with the MySQL, and I log in with the root user without password. And this is the screen we will get there. The default MySQL installation have these tables. To create a new table or a new database, we hit this link and we will create database, for example, for bookstore project. We will select UTF-8 general CI collation, hit save, and here we are in bookstore database. There are no tables there, so by clicking this link we can create a new table. First table would be author in a DB engine, so we can use the foreign key feature of the MySQL server. First column ID with the auto increment flag. The second column name of the author, varchar 255, the length of this column, and for example email, also varchar 255. We save, and here is the definition of our new table, which is listed here in sidebar. And there are two main things we can click on this sidebar: the author, which is the same screen, so definition of the table, columns, indexes, foreign keys, and so. Or we can hit this select, which is also the same as this link, to see the content of the table. There are no rows there, So there is this message. Let's create a new table called book. Also ID of the auto increment, name of the book, varchar 255, and to store the relation to the author we probably need column called author underscore ID. If I hit tab, this is really special thing what happened. The author is the type of the column, and if we expand this combo box, we can see the author is under foreign keys section. So this is what adminer does for you. If it sees that this name of the column corresponds with the existing table, it will provide the relation for you automatically. So we will save new table. Here is the definition of the new table. We can see there is also that foreign key. We can alter it and set the restriction of the foreign key, for example, to cascade if the author gets deleted. Also, our book gets deleted. There is a really nice feature in Adminer if we navigate to the root of the database by using this navigation bar. There is this database schema link and is a graphical representation of how our database is looking like. We can arrange it as we like, and it will also it will survive the refresh. Also it will survive the close of the browser, this arrangement. But if you delete your cookies, this will be lost. So there is this permanent link to restore it. Just save this link. In URL there are the coordinates of each table, so you can restore your arrangement of your database schema. As I mentioned, this navigation bar, we can navigate back to the database server and back to the adminer login screen, and you can see our connection has been stored in the sidebar. So it is really easy to log in back to the database. It is a matter of this single click, and here we are back on a root on the local host of our MySQL server, and then back to the database table or select. To add new item, new author, we use this link. ID we doesn't have to fill because it is the auto increment column. Name of the author, John Doe, for example. Email, hd@gmail.com. Save, and here is the first row of our table. Let's add several next authors. Bedily, AOL.com, and I can hit this save and insert next. So the new record is created and I can continue with my operation. So now I have 3 authors in my author table, and there is this guy for creating select queries dynamically just by clicking the mouse button. So for example, we want to select only name and email. We select these 2 columns, and here we have only these 2 columns. But let's alter the table and add the H column with the integer type. We can move it across the table like this, hitting by these arrow buttons. Let's save our alteration of the table, and here we see the H column is there. We can select how it is look like, and you can see the H is there, and we can do so-called inline editing of the row of the records. So on Mac, just hit and hold Command, or on PC, Control, and do clicks like this. So you have this inline editing possibility, and then hit Enter or this save button, and everything is saved. Every operation, every select that you done, it's recorded here in SQL command. You can see what was the last operation. It is the same as going to the SQL command. So if we hit edit, we are here in this section of SQL command, and every single command that was requested to the database is here in history. It is recorded there. So if you created really interesting SQL command and you accidentally close your tab or close your browser, it is not lost. It is here in history. All the requests that we put to the database. You can see there are the create table, alter table, insert alters. It is all there. You can also choose a file with the SQL commands and execute it. But for now, here we are with our table book. Let's do some more advanced selection. For example, let's do the average age of all authors. Or you can select the columns you are only interested in. Name and the age. Oh, you can sort it, for example, by age, descending. Select. So it is a really nice interface for creating your queries to the database. And if you need something more, just hit this edit button and there you are. Let's get back to the login screen and I can show you how this can be used for login to the SQLite database. To create a SQLite database, you just need to create an empty file, but that empty file must be under the web root of your web server. Otherwise, it will not be allowed to load that file. So we need to navigate to the document root of the web server, htdocs, and here we create, for example, empty file, for example, for project transportation SQLite 3. So here is this file. I need the path for this file, so I use my file manager, copy path, Unix path, and I put it here. And now we are in our SQLite file. And if I go back, you can see I have these two connections. If I want to go to the root MySQL, I hit the button. I can go by this button to my SQLite database. This really nice feature that Adminer is storing my connection like this, and I can just do one click to be on the server. Next thing I want to show you is the plugin functionality of the Adminer, but first let's go to the home page of the Adminer, back, plugins. Here we are. There are tons of plugins for almost everything you need to do on database management, and my really favorite plugin is this tables filter. You know, if you have lots of tables in your database, here we have only 2 tables on the bookstore database, but let's create a database with lots of tables. Let's search a dummy database for MySQL, and there is this Sakila sample database which can have lots of tables. We just go here and download this tar.gz archive. We wait for the download. Now I expand it by double clicking and there are these or three files, schema, data, and MySQL workbench file. So I go to my adminer, SQL command, choose file, download SecuLDB schema, and I execute that file full of SQL commands. As you can see, 41 queries, it is everything okay. Now we navigate to the Secula database, and we can see there are lots of tables there. This plugin table filter kicks in. So to install or to use the plugin functionality of the adminer, download the plugin like so. You can see here we are on raw GitHub. To download this file, just hit Command S or Control S and just download the file as this. But you need also this plugin. PHP required to run any plugin, so we also download this file. And we also need this code. So I will copy it right until this place. The closing PHP tag is not necessary. So here are my two plugins. So I navigate back to the adminer, create new directory plugins, and put my plugins there. I rename the index.php, which is the adminer itself, back to the adminer, and create new file index.php with the content of this copied text. So I put it there. And why we renamed the file back to adminer? Because we included that file at the end of the index.php file. What it does, it will include that plugin in the plugins, and then do auto-loading of every PHP file in the plugins directory. And here is specify the enabled plugins here. So we have only one plugin now, that table filter, but we need the name of the class of that plugin. So I will go to the plugins, open the tables filter file, and here is the class name of the plugin. I will put it here, and here we are. This commented section is not necessary, so I can delete it. Now I save the file, and everything is set. I refresh the page, and here is my table filter plugin. You can do actor, and this filter is fuzzy. The searching or the filtering is fuzzy, so I can just put the portion of the name of the table and not from the front. So to select this country, I can do country. So it is really neat to use this plugin on big projects. The fuzzy functionality is really nice. Okay, so this is the plugin functionality. You probably will know how to install other plugins now. And the last thing I want to show you is the custom styling or theming of the adminer. So there are lots of themes there. For example, we can use this candy bar theme. All you have to do is download the adminer CSS like so, and put the downloaded file right next to the adminer PHP file, and hit the refresh button, and here we have this candy bar design. So that is it. I hope that adminer takes your attention. I am using only adminer. I didn't use phpMyAdmin for years. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and have a nice day. Bye.